So I'm continuing on with the recipe, page 153 of the Indian slow cooker, Pauline's version of it. It's going to be lasagna instead of a slow cooker recipe, which most of my recipes are slow cooker recipes. But this I've changed it up a little bit. So I'll explain the changes that I've made. It's lasagna for one thing, and this is the time right now, so this is how much time it's actually taken me so far to work on this, besides cooking my beans. I cooked a package, I don't know, one of those bags of navy beans, and I cooked it in the cinnamon sticks and bay leaves, and then I cooled them down and I pureed them so that it would be smooth. So I'm going to use that basically instead of cheese for a lasagna. It's going to be a layer of that, and it has the flavors of the bay leaf and the cinnamon sticks, so I didn't have to put them in the sauce that I made this morning. This is a shiitake mushroom based sauce, so it's supposed to be a beef stew sort of Indian dish, but I use shiitake mushrooms whenever I see beef in a recipe. It works out just fine for me. I just change it up so I know so that it'll be minced. James doesn't even like the shiitake mushroom sliced, and honestly neither do I. They're very strong flavor and they're not a great texture, but when you use them like this, it works out really nicely. So the rest of the ingredients from the flavors of the recipe on page 153 went into here. So what I did first is this time I lubed up the pan. So this is it's gonna have a little bit of coconut oil in it, so a little bit of fat. But I didn't use much, and on the bottom I use this for instead of sauce on the bottom to make the noodles cook. Now I noticed something interesting. It says ingredients: apples, ascorbic acid, and this is just natural, simple, and made from Canadian tree-picked apples. So this was given to me and I'm very thankful. But you understand, it's not apples in here. This is apple juice. There's no pulp left. So what happened to the pulp? Well, it's not in here. And yet, that is what they write on the ingredients, is apples. So if you're getting something just from that, you know that they don't have to write apple juice or whatever. So if you see carrots on a recipe, it might be carrot pulp, it might be carrot juice. You don't know what it actually contains. So when you see the ingredients on a package, it's not necessarily the truth, is what I'm saying. It's not entirely honest. So what I will do here is then I put another layer of the pasta noodles, and that's these organic green lentil lasagna. And if I've showed you the ingredients of these before. Oh, boy, it's hard for me to show you things in the dark kitchen. So that's pretty good ingredients there. And I feel good about them. And then you just put I was given 3 zucchinis yesterday. All I was given for food was a bag of coffee, and the Pick 3 shelf had Swiffer sweepers on it, so I got 3 Swiffer duster thingies, and I got 3 of these little zucchinis, and so they're almost used up. It'll be this pan and a tiny little bread pan. That's all I'm going to get of zucchini, and that's for 1 layer. And anyway, so pickings are slim this time of year for food, so you have to prepare ahead of time. When you know when it's harvest season, you make sure you get a lot done, because you're not going to have a lot to work with this time of year. But anyway, I was going to use fennel bulb for this, which I would have sauteed that separately and then put that on a layer with the bean, then spread over it. So instead I used fennel seeds in the sauce, which that is what it called for. But normally I won't do that if I have fennel bulbs available. I'll use fennel bulbs for this because that'd be much nicer. But anyway, so yeah, now I will put another layer of noodles, I think, and then I will put a little more apple juice, and then I'll spread the or apple cider. And then I'll spread the bean on top of that just to make sure my noodles cook properly. And that'll be that.